There is one specific industry in the UK that will let you make even £1,000 per week working 45 hours, and it is not selling drugs. It is a construction. How you can make very good money in the construction, what is the easiest way to get into it. And I think this video will be mainly for the people who just wanna start making more money. Maybe you're working in the warehouse, maybe you're working somewhere for the low income or minimum income jobs, and you're just trying to make more money, or life pushes you now to start making more money. Like in my example, when I find out I'm gonna have a son, that was the sign for me that okay, I have to start making money, and that's what get me to the construction. I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the construction and all the bits about it. So let's get into it. Construction is very wide. We're gonna mainly focus about the groundworking because that's my circle of knowledge, and I've been in the groundworks for years now. So I can literally tell you everything about it. The best way to get into it, what do you need, what the requirements are, what are the tricks to be a good employee, let's say. So the requirements to get are very low now, specifically because to get to the groundworking now, all you have to do is be a hardworking person. The company is looking for people who wanna work hard, because I'm not saying ground workers are lazy or something, because I got a massive respect for the ground workers. That is really hard work. But there is also a lot of people who just been kept in the company because they need numbers, but actually they don't make money for the company. They just have to be there, but they're doing fuck all, really. So companies looking for people like you, if you are a hard worker, obviously. All you need is a CSCS card. It's like health and safety test, really. It is the exam like you do in your driving license. All you need to do is answer for 50 questions in a training center, and if you pass, you're getting your CSCS card, and you actually ready to go. That's the beauty of groundworking. You don't need experience or any specific knowledge. The entry fee or entry requirements are very low. So when you pass your CSCS, there is couple ways how you can get into the construction. 3 main way to get into it. The first and the quickest, the easiest way to get into construction, into groundworking, is the agencies. You just find agencies online, or you just go in on Facebook just to find a groundworks agencies or construction agencies, and it's the easiest way because agencies struggling with men now. They're looking for a good guys, and how agencies works, they got a lot of companies, big ones, small ones, and they just, the companies send them requirements. Okay, I need 3 men on my side, and they just picking up lads and they send them over. The only problem with agencies is they got lower rates than if you get into the directly for working for the company, and they got a fee that they charge you for getting you a job, actually. So you won't get paid as good. But it is the easiest way to get into construction, into groundworking. The second way, I would say, is through friends. If you got anyone, not even in the groundworking, but in general in construction, it's really easy to ask your friends, look, I'm a hardworking person, I want to get into groundworking. Can you give me a chance? I will be reliable, I will be on time, I will be working hard, I want to learn. And most likely, if you have a friend who's working there, he will give you a chance. He can speak with his boss, or maybe he's a boss or anything. So that is the second and easy way. The third way to get into groundworking it's better, but it's harder, and it is as a gang. So you can become a gang. You need to find a gang for yourself. So you either join the gang or you create the gang. But I don't think it's a way for you if you just get into construction. So you most likely can join the gang as a laborer. Gangs are like 2, 3, 4 people in one gang, and they got most likely they got specific sector they're working on, either front end, back end, finishing, anything like that. And sometimes they just need a laborer. Why it is the good way? Because companies and agencies prefer to get gangs on jobs because they got the whole team covered. They got a machine driver, they got a dumper driver, they got a guy on the ground, and they got a laborer. But the problem is it's hard to get into the gang. It's more for the people who've been into ground working for a long time, and they just finally, they meet a lot of people, and then they might be asked, look, do you want to join our gang? And that's how it goes. So it's a third option. It's a hard one. It's a good one, but a hard one. I think if you just passed CSCS and you just want to get into the ground working, the easiest way is agency or friends. So stick into it. So before we get to the good, bad, and the ugly one very important thing I have to mention at the beginning, because people are surprised by that. 90% of people in the ground working are self-employed. You most likely will be self-employed. It's got the good, it's got the bad, but most likely you will be self-employed. So what being self-employed means? What is the difference between self-employed and employee? The biggest difference is you will sort your taxes yourself and you're gonna sort your holiday yourself. So if you are employee and you book your holiday, company pay you for your holiday. If you are self-employed, you won't get paid for your holiday. If you book holiday, you better be sure you got some money saved because you won't get paid for this time off. If you take 2 weeks off, you will come back to work and you won't get paid for these 2 weeks. You have to understand that you taking care of your own holiday. But you can cover that very easy because as a self-employed person, in April you can do your tax rebate. And everyone, obviously, employee doing tax rebate as well. But when employee doing a tax rebate, he don't have many deductible stuff. And when you are self-employed, you literally got everything deductible. You're putting all expenses on the end of the tax year. In April, you will get money back, and it's a lot because as a self-employed person, you pay 20% tax, and you pay it's like first group, I think it's called, of insurance. It's very low. It's like 100, I think, £50 per year. So it's like nothing. If you are employee, I think it's like what, 9%, 11% from your salary. So as an employee, when you get your when you get your income, when you get paid, you are already deducted like what, 31%, 30%. And when you are self-employed, you're only getting deduct for 20%, and it's going through CIS. It's a construction industrial scheme. As soon as you get your money in, you are deducted 20%, and in April you just apply for your tax rebate, and you most likely from this 20% will get 10% back if you play well, if your accountant play this well. Even some people going for like 15-17% back, but I think it's a bit risky. If you want to play safe, go for 10% and you will be happy as well. You get some money back to cover up your holiday. So the good, the bad. So I think the good one are you're self-employed. Obviously, you pay very, very low tax. You get your tax rebate, and it's very easy to get to the construction, to the ground working. The entry fee is very low. So that was the good ones. Let's talk about the bad ones. The first thing of the bad things of being a ground worker is, yes, you're getting paid well, but you most likely will be working in the mud, in the rain, in the wind, in the sun, in the scorching hot. You're literally working in any weather condition that's possible. You're working through the whole year, and you won't be rained off, you won't be going home because it's hot or something like that. You have to be ready to be dirty, you have to be ready to be wet, you have to be ready to be sweating. If you are a person who like to be clean, ground working is not for you. Just to explain you why that working like that, you will be working any weather condition possible, is because obviously you don't get pay for the time off. And people in ground working, they are savages, mate. They working through, they don't give a hell what the weather is. Because after all, if you would be going home in every difficult weather, you would be staying home for the 6 months of the year. Sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too wet, sometimes it's too windy, sometimes it's too dirty. People are savages. People don't want to go home because they're not getting paid. So if they stay in, you stay in, and that's how it works. I think it's natural, but I would put this in the bad. What I mean by that, bad because it requires you to be all the time dirty. It's natural, it's normal, but I would put it in the bad. Another bad is, yes, you can make good money, but you have to earn this money. You have to work hard. You have to make £400 for the company so they can pay you £200. People won't keep you in you if you are a lazy person, and you won't make good money if you are a lazy person. And now the ugly one. I think the ugly one of being a ground worker is you don't have any contract with your employer, with the company you're working for, actually, because they are not even your employer. Before I could never say employee. I didn't know how. Now I know employee and employer. By the way, yeah, my English. Sorry. Yeah, let's go back to this topic. So you'd have no contract whatsoever with a company you're working for. What that means is they have no requirements to give you notice. And you don't have to give them notice as well. You can go home anytime you want. The ugly is that they can come to you anytime through the day and can tell you, look, we don't have any more work for you. You can go home and don't come back tomorrow. Or you can work till the end of the day. What most companies do, if you are okay, let's put it a different way. Sometimes it's happening that the foreman can come to you, or the director or contract manager, and tell you, look, it's Friday, you can work through the day, but we don't have any more work for you from Monday, so we're just gonna call you when we got more work. The good thing about it is that's mostly happening to the shit people. If you are a good ground worker, hardworking person, most likely it won't happen to you, because people want, if you are a good man, good working, hard man, companies need people like you. Simple as that. But it can happen. So I put this one in the ugly because it can happen to anyone. You might just, the foreman might don't like you. You might be a decent guy and foreman might don't like you, and he can come to you and say, look, we don't have any more work for you, go home. And he don't tell you he don't like you, that's why you're going. He's just gonna tell you we don't have more work. And he don't have any requirements to, explain himself, let's say. So that is the ugly one. This is the easiest way to get money, because if you think about it, the other industries can pay you £1,000 per week, but I don't know any other industry that will pay you £1,000 without a specific knowledge, experience, and skill. And construction can. So I wish you all the best, and I think that might help you, really. That's why I made this video, because I want to help you. Thank you very much, and see you soon.